Hello everyone, this is theStC here, and I'm going to be casting game number 3 between our eOnZerG player Vile Spanishiwa. He is going to be spawning over here on the center left side. On the center right side is going to be Liquid TLO. This is going to be a best of 7 show match between these two players, probably the most requested show match that people have been wanting me to go out there and do. So I decided to bring it to you, and what better of a sponsor than Justin.tv. If you guys have not checked them out, a lot of the players do live streams there. I believe both these players live stream on that website, so you definitely want to go check them out. $400 to the winner, $100 to the loser, and all 7 games are going to be played regardless of the outcome. So obviously right now, Vile Spanishiwa being up 2-0, that is going to be the situation that he wants to find himself in every time he plays in a show match, as he is doing phenomenal these games so far. If you guys have not watched those games, go check them out. Once again, showing us his unique play style. The little one did show creative play in the second game, where he was getting Banshees and Thors, Siege Tanks and Marines, which is not completely standard, but unfortunately for him, it just wasn't enough. He wasn't able to get out his Vikings in time, and the Broodlords, it was basically a Broodlord rush, took him by surprise and really just annihilated the army he had. There was one point in the game where the little one killed 2 expansions of Spanishiwa's, but that still wasn't enough, because Spanishiwa just double expoed again while that was happening. So by the time those hatcheries were dead, then the push just didn't do that much damage, wasn't able to kill off all those drones. And also, Spanishiwa was able to use infestor harassment, which is something I think we'll see more and more of. But if you get 2 fungal growths off on the workers, it will kill every single worker that it hits. And he hit all 3 bases at the exact same time. The little one not prepared for it at all. But why would you be? Because that is something that you hardly ever see. So the little one is definitely going to have to play a much better game this time, as he is currently down 2-0. And again, first 1 to 4 wins $400, but all games will be played regardless. Looks like Spanishiwa is going to be attacking this poor little SCV who just wants to find a job so he can pay off his credit card debt, trying to make supply depots. This SCV is forced to repair. Doesn't look like gets the SCV with that drone. That is a killer drone. He will most likely get taken out, trying to intercept it here with the SCVs. That drone definitely will get taken out. But you know what? Killing an SCV of your opponents just throws you so far off right from the beginning of the game that it's super frustrating. And now the little one, he's basically going to have to scout out with an SCV, and he's down 1 worker on his economy. And a lot of people may say, why is that such a big deal? Well, at the time of losing that SCV, let's say he had 10 SCVs, probably had a little bit more, but I'm terrible at math. That's about 10% of a slower economy in the early stages of the game, and that is a huge detriment to your game, especially at this level of play with this much money on the line. So Spanishiwa not only up 2-0, now he's also up a worker on his opponent, which is exactly where you want to find yourselves. Now we do have the little one. He is going to be going here for a factory, this time not doing a super early expand. We'll see if he's going to try and do any Blue Flame Hellion harass, or if he's just going to go straight into that starport, although he does only have 1 gas right now, so I doubt he's going to go for Cloak Banshees or anything like that. You can see the Hellion is going to be on the way right now. We'll have to keep an eye on that production tab. He may try and push out with a couple of Marines, a couple of Hellions, or sometimes he will even move out with just 1 Hellion. And I do want to mention that this map is going to be the MLG version, so they cannot spawn close together via ground. So Spanishiwa already knows his opponent's not going to be right here, and so that's why he's able to scout with his drone and find him fairly quickly. So here comes a push right now. It is going to be 5 Marines, 1 Hellion on the way. A second Hellion looks like it's going to be spawning here, but not before the Marines get all the way out across the map. The Spanishiwa did see the Marines and the Hellion count there, so he knows exactly what's headed his way. We'll see if his heavy macro style is going to work here, or if he will be punished by Little One. Gotta try and get that creep turn. Spanishiwa could cancel it, although maybe it will survive there. No, he does cancel it, it looks like, so he can still use this creep tumor a little bit later. Nice play there by Spanishiwa. Looks like Little One gonna run up here. He's gonna try and kill 1 Overlord. Don't know if he's gonna get it though, as there are now 4 Queens on the field. This is completely unstandard here from Spanishiwa, just chasing this around with 4 Queens. The Little One though will be able, it looks like, to kill this Overlord, although his units are completely trapped. No, he won't. Will he kill that Overlord? No, he won't. That Overlord escapes with 10 HP. The little one's like, where are all these Queens? Although it looks like the little one could run his Hellions on the creep all the way over here. Here comes a second Marine. Where's the other Hellion? I don't see any sort of harassment at this expansion quite yet. There is one over here roasting away Zergling, so he is doing quite a bit of damage here to the Zergling counts, but what Spanishiwa favors is the drone count. Now we do have a couple of workers getting taken out here. Nice micro here by Spanishiwa as this Hellion just runs into a bunch of queens. There is one Marine here trying to take out these Overlords. I'm sure that one of the softened Overlords got taken out. No, the 21 HP Overlord still remains. And this Hellion is going to kill off a couple more drones as they are chasing him around. More spine crawlers on the high ground. So the little one realizing, well, you need to put on early pressure versus Spanishiwa and try and kite around the drones and the queens at the same time. So very heavy micro here. Just curious at the APM here. You can see both players APMing like crazy. This Hellion wants to get 1 or 2 more money shots on these drones. Oh, gets 1 more drone and will not get any more drones, it looks like, unless he can keep it alive for 1 more shot. No, it goes down. All these drones are very low HP, though. And there are still 2 Hellions out here. Looks like he was able to snipe 1 creep tumor. Don't know if he realizes he could get the second one right here before it finishes, but now it is going to be stealth. Not able to get that right there. That would have been huge. Look at this. During this, Spanishiwa is going to expand here. The little one doesn't know about it. Here comes the attack right now with more Hellions, scanning even to see if he can find these drones, but good response time here from Spanishiwa trying to run up into the base. The Queen's going to block the ramp there. 4 Queens able to hold this off, transfusing each other. It looks like this harassment will be held off for now. The Hellions, even if they spot this, not a whole lot they can do about it as the creep will be getting closer and closer up here. You can see Spanishiwa using a lot of creep tumors to stay on top of that. Now he doesn't have any more queens on the way. Don't know if he's going to need that. May force the cancel here. Not so sure though, because the DPS of Hellions versus a hatchery is so low that the little one is going to need more Marines up here. Now you got to remember that the little one has committed to a lot of Hellions and has not done substantial damage. If you look at the worker count, Spanishiwa is still ahead in 8 drones, while the little one has been cramming out Hellions this entire time. We do have an expansion up and running, and surprisingly, there is no Blue Flame upgrade completed yet. He is instead going for Siege Mode. May keep the Hellions alive just to protect them from Zerglings. Here come a couple of Queens right now trying to take this out. The Marine, probably the heaviest DPS unit here. Can the little one kill this hatchery off? It looks like Spanishiwa will have to cancel it. So the little one is now going to be in equal footing with Spanishiwa. He does have less workers, 34 to 42, so about 8 workers difference there. But we do have the Lair Tech on the way now for Spanishiwa, as well as a Roach Warren. And look at this, Spanishiwa taking a hidden Expo in the top center that the little one has not scouted yet. It is very difficult to hide expansions on this map, just because it's such a small map that the little one, though, may not expect something so ballsy. Now we do have Siege Mode on the way. I believe Blue Flame is on the way as well, so he has 3 factories. No, he canceled the Blue Flame upgrade, as he did have it on the way, but now no longer does. Instead is going to transition into Thors. I don't know if he meant to cancel that, as he does have a lot of money invested into Hellions, and I think he's expecting his opponent to continue going for Zerglings, but it does look like Spanishiwa going to be going for Roaches. We do have those tunneling claws and burrows, so we will have stealthed little sneaky Roaches moving around completely. Bro, don't know if these Queens are going to get taken out. These flames are not blue, so they are not doing, I mean, they wouldn't do additional damage here, but if the Zerglings decide to engage this, may not be able to kill it off. Look at that transfuse on that Queen, able to save it. 1 more transfuse could save this Queen, and yes, the little one will be forced to back out there. So only doing damage to the Queens, not enough to kill them. And is there more Queens? Where are these Inject Larvas coming from? No, there is only 4 Queens, so he will be falling behind a little bit on the Inject Larvas, but again, those Queens have really saved him here. You can see him splitting up the Queens right now and going to start that Inject Larva. We do have the expansion up here running, and look at this Creep Spread. He has 3 Creep Tumors going this way, 3 going this way. Gonna have the whole left side of the map completely covered in Creep here fairly soon. Thor is here as more Thors are spawning. Now just restarting that Blue Flame upgrade, which remember, it does only plus 10 damage versus light units. And so you look at these Roaches, they're not light. These Queens aren't light. The only thing light on the field for Spanishiwa right now is 1 Zergling and drones. Although, look at this. Able to catch up in the drone count, 51 to, what was it, 44 right now. Now 45. So now we do have the Burrowed Roaches just kind of moving out here. I always think they look so funny because there's no movement animation for when they're underground. So it's just like they're gliding under the dirt there. Actually, they're under concrete, man. Those tunneling claws really come in handy. But here comes the movement right now as the little one has no idea about this. Oh, those Roaches could have unburrowed and killed all that. They could kill these Marines, but no, the Thors are here. They could get intercepted by these Roaches. 1 Thor gets surrounded. Look at how quickly these Thors are getting completely focused down, able to snipe both Thors, and the little one all of a sudden has no army to deal with these Roaches. And even though he's going this mech play, not able to do the damage to the Roaches there, so these Hellions need to do damage. Blue Flame has not completed yet. However, there is no drone here. There is a couple of drones at this expansion, though, but the little one just does not quite know about it. Now, if he repairs this Thor, he should be fine. Needs to put the mules back to work, although they're about to run out of time. 1 siege tank does... Wait, did he kill that siege tank? It almost looked like the little one killed his own siege tank. I'm going to have to go back and check at the 13-minute mark if that's what happened. But the Hellions have found this expansion, so these drones will go down. Blue Flame should be done any second. Or did he cancel it again? I almost feel like he canceled it or lost the add-on. So he does not have that blue flame upgrade once again. Not that he really needs it versus roaches, but these roaches are now completely devastating his base. There's no Raven or any tech like that. We do have a command center not on the way, as it has just finished, and these roaches will go down. But the splash damage for the siege tanks could kill a lot of SCVs here if he's not careful. Looks like it is doing a lot of damage. Here is the roach harassment up here as well. The little one is just falling apart here, and now these drones are burrowing as well, so only able to get one kill there. Spanishiwa absolutely out of control this game. I don't know what the little one can even do to hold on here. Now he is killing these off. He may force a scan, but look at this, even leaving a roach right here so we can spot the mineral line. Going for an add-on that's nearly completed, gonna take that out, and just doing as much damage with these roaches as he possibly can. The little one just has no detection. Kills the add-on again with these roaches, probably the most cost-effective roaches I have ever seen. And when they're burrowed, they regen HP so quickly, but able to finally clean this up. And there is one roach here who will do a surprising amount of damage once he unburrows there, just because these SCVs are softened. Look at the ones down here are softened, and some of the ones up here are low HP as well. So one Marine standing right here. I don't know what he hopes to accomplish, but this has been spotted by Spanishiwa now. And at this point, Spanishiwa is just on fire for these games. Just completely out of control and doing different builds every single game and making them all work. Got to hand to the little one as well. He has been doing a lot of different builds as well, but just getting intercepted by those roaches. Beautiful play. We do have 3 reactors on the way for the little one, so he is going to switch into more of that desperation mode Marine Marauder here. And you can see these SCVs trying to surround this roach, but with 2 armor rather, you just can't do any damage there. He regens. All of his HP is going to be full now pretty quickly. I guess he doesn't have the upgrade quite yet for that regening HP, but regardless, we have a Greater Spire on the way. Did he seriously get Hive Tech during that? Yes, he did. Once again, getting Hive Tech before the 20-minute mark, and we'll have Broodlords, it looks like. I don't see any Corruptors on the field. Maybe there are, though. No Corruptors yet, but he will have the tech to be able to do that. One Thor is forced to come back here and defend, and this is really good reaction from Spanishiwa, because if he gets out Broodlords, the Vikings, or not the Vikings, but the Thors are completely worthless versus that. However, we do have reactors here, so we have 2 Vikings queued up as well as 2 medevacs. Not quite sure what the little one's plan is going to be with those medevacs, as he doesn't have that much infantry on the ground. And once again, not going to be able to spot this. May get lucky right here. Yes, he will. These units did run into a missile turret, so one thing going right for the little one is 3 free roaches, but guess what? Roaches are basically free to begin with, so that's not going to do that much damage. We do have an expansion down here, completely vulnerable. These roaches are going to be so happy once they get over here and see exactly what's going on with +2 armor now completed for Spanishiwa. Spanishiwa has a lot of resources as well. Once he starts focusing on creating units, you will see the production tab just go absolutely bananas. But right now he is focused on taking out the expansion, as well as trying to figure out how is he going to deal with this push. It is now 3 Thors, 3 tanks, and a bunch of Marines which do have combat shields, and the stim pack will be done fairly soon. But look at the supplies, 137 to 184. Very unlikely that the little one will be able to do too much damage here. Thankfully for the little one, he does have Vikings on the way, but he currently has no way to deal with this, so the main army, he's going to have to do a severe amount of damage here, and he's only going to be able to kill a hatchery right now. Don't know if he's going to be able to kill anything else. This army is very vulnerable to these Broodlords that are now on the field. He may be able to kill this hatchery, which will be good for him. At the same time, he is going to be running over here, but Burrow is done, and we have yet to see a single Raven on the field to detect any of this. You can see that he does have the starport with the tech lab, but he has nothing to deal with these roaches. Just now getting a siege tank on the high ground to clean this up. At the same time, there is going to be another battle. Nope, not battle, just those broodlings. But the Broodlords are out once again before the 20-minute mark. He has how many Broodlords does he have? He has 7 Broodlords. Nothing little one can do at this point will kill off those Broodlords. So this is getting completely outclassed here. Looks like the little one will take this hatchery. Maybe, although this Thor, I don't know if he has the DPS to do it before it gets cleaned up by Spanishiwa. 2 Marines are going to survive here, but the hatchery goes down. Knowing Spanishiwa, though, he will mass expand. We do have roaches continuing to harass over here. Look at the workers' loss count. Oh, what is the hotkeys? Control R. Workers killed. 54 workers for the little one have been killed. So that is not a good situation to be in. And all of a sudden, here come a bunch of Broodlords. How many Vikings does he have? Only 4, which is enough to do a surprising amount of damage if the Broodlords are completely undefended, which right now they are. But there are a couple Corruptors here to deal with the, a lot of Corruptors, excuse me, to deal with the Vikings once they get here. So the little one's going to try and do everything he can with these Vikings, but guess what? There are more Corruptors than there are Vikings. Now all of a sudden their Broodlings are just going to town. They do have that +2 armor, so all these Marines can do is attack Broodlings, which is not a comfortable position to be in at all. Not enough Vikings to deal with the Broodlords here. I think this may be a 3-0 in Spanishiwa's favor. I cannot believe how good he is playing in the series. He's playing absolutely perfect at every turn, just not taking that much damage from the drones. Even this, locking down this expansion down here. I really don't know what the little one can do here. He is unloading these Marines here to try and deal with the anti-air, and there's going to be the GG just as he is losing every single unit there. And look at this, just 80 workers during that to 40 SCV. Spanishiwa expanding again. And look at the amount of drones, just long distance mining, almost making it worth it he has so many drones. And then knowing him, he probably would have expanded here at a moment's notice. 162 supply to 71 supply. Spanishiwa he's on fire, guys, this game. So right now, the little one is going to have to win the next 4 games if he wants to win that $400, but keeping in mind that the next 100, or he gets $100 regardless, just for accepting to play all 7 games. So right now, completely one-sided here. Once again, got to give a big thanks to Justin.tv. That is a website URL, Justin.tv. Yes, .tv does exist online now. So if you can go check them out, go thank them for sponsoring this epic show match, because esports for the win, man. And Justin TV is actually a huge contributor to esports. This is probably one of their more smaller things they've done, but they have done many more things out there. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoy it. We are going to go on to game number 4, and I will see you guys next time.